Today on Behind the Brand, we're sitting down with Peter Gillitzer, 1/3 of the owners at Milk and Honey Ciders. If you've been there, you already know it's not just a cidery. It's a creative hub, a gathering place, a little pocket of magic in the middle of an orchard. And behind that magic is a team of founders whose friendship, shared vision, and willingness to take risks built something truly special. We're going to talk about the origins of Milk and Honey, the leap of faith that brought the partners together, how the summer music series exploded into one of the region's most popular events, and what it looks like to grow a brand that's as intentional as it is innovative. We'll also dive into how they're opening their orchard to more community events, what marketing looks like in a constantly shifting craft beverage industry, and where Milk and Honey is headed next. Welcome to Behind the Brand, the podcast for small business owners, solopreneurs, and aspiring entrepreneurs who are ready to start strong, stand out, and stay bold. I'm Taylor.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Isabella, and we're part of Powerhouse team of marketers at Moxie Creative.
We're taking you behind the scenes to explore what it takes to build and grow a memorable brand.
Ready to get behind the brand? Let's dive in. Hello, Moxieverse. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Brand. Taylor here, and I am joined by Isabella.
Hello.
And we are also joined by our wonderful client, Peter from Milk and Honey. Hi, Peter.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us. I feel like this has been a long time coming. I'm constantly like, hey, at the last hour, too, by the way, because I don't plan our podcast guests very well. But I think I got you a week ahead of time. So, yeah, it was good. It was good. Last time you were traveling the world, where did you go? Chile?
No.
No, why did I think Chile? Where'd you go?
Far off Mexico.
Okay. Well, my mom just went to Chile yesterday, so maybe that's why that's on my brain. But, same thing. I don't know. Let's get started. Enough rambling. All right. Peter, you are 1/3 of the owners at Milk and Honey, correct?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful.
1/3.
And for anybody that's listening that maybe is not aware of Milk and Honey, can you tell us what it is?
Yeah, we are a cidery. So orchards, tap room, cellars, event center. And I should say too, you guys never see that side, but we have like a wholesale business. So we have drivers, salespeople.
Yeah, we do never see that side.
No, I forget.
Yeah, I always forget too, and I'm like, oh yeah, they don't just.
I know.
It's not just that. That was like an afterthought, right?
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Well,
Sorry.
maybe if the other 2/3 of Milk and Honey would come and do a podcast,
Yeah.
you could ask him more about that.
Yeah, well, Adam's definitely warming up to us.
We've
Yep.
gotten him out of his shell a
Yeah.
bit. It's been great.
Yeah.
Finally spoke to Aaron, so we're getting there.
And those guys, I don't know, I'm the least, what do you call it, rambunctious of all of them. They're actually really great. Adam, as you know, he's kind of our creative
Yeah.
piece. Great job.
Yeah.
He really shows his passion.
Yeah.
Totally.
And Aaron, if you give him like a glass of cider in him,
Perfect.
he'll sell you anything.
Anything we want.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
funny.
Well, your tap room, is that what we call it, a cidery? We still call it a tap room,
sure.
is located in St. Joseph, Minnesota.
Yep.
You have a beautiful property. It's so gorgeous. I think kind of like any time of year. It's just pretty, right? How long have you guys been in business?
We've been doing this since 2011.
Okay. And it did not start out with the tap room, though, right away,
No,
right?
we were doing like the least awesome part of it, which is like making cider, kegging it, and selling it to bars and restaurants. And we were doing that for many years until 2017. And then we came over to St. Joe, and which is just great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a cool town.
Yeah, it's been super fun for me because I kind of started coming to St. Cloud in 2013 maybe. And like St. Joe was just like,
Yeah.
we didn't talk about St. Joe. Like it was just weird. Nobody went there. And then Bad Habit kind of, opened up there. And at that point in time, we were freshly 21, 22 and started getting into craft beer. And so we were there a lot. And it's been really fun to like watch that community grow so much. I think you've been a huge part of that. Mary Bruno's been a huge part of
Absolutely,
that. Yeah. So it's been really cool to just see that grow. Why cider? What was the inspiration for that?
Yeah. So, I mean, cider's great. It's underrated. It's a delicious thing. And we were drinking beer and we were making beer and we're drinking wine and we were traveling over in Europe and stuff. And then we're just like, this stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
It's really regional
Yeah.
over there. So it's
Yeah.
not available
Yes.
anyways. But this was in England. It was like, God, this stuff is delicious. And it comes with all this like cool backstory. There's like all this landscape tied to it. Orchards, history, farming. We loved that. And then we loved like food. And then that was just a good sort of hybrid of that world, like having a rural cidery.
How many cideries are there in Minnesota? Because it still feels like it's like not
It's probably 12.
12?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
there's
there's
not
12 in
much,
the
yeah.
guild. Yeah.
What?
I know.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's really, there's not a lot. That is crazy. I was thinking like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 75. 12?
Yeah.
Are
there's
you
12.
like the closest? Are they more of them like in the metro?
Yeah,
or?
yeah, I think it's about 50-50, like
Okay.
rural versus urban cideries. And the urban cideries have more of a beer vibe.
Sure.
And then the rural ones all have orchards and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we call it this, but like your ciders are like farm to table, orchard to table, right?
We're trying to, that's our passion.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, you got to kind of meet the consumer where they're at. So yeah, we're doing fun infusions and more esoteric ciders. But like, yeah, we love those just ones that let the landscape kind of speak. and the
Yeah.
apples speak. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And we had the opportunity a few weeks ago to go out to your very first orchard in
Yeah.
Cold Spring, which was
Yeah.
really cool. I don't think any of us I like got car sick going out there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we were off-roading in Isabella's Outback. So how did that like kind of start?
Yeah, we just had moved back to the area from the cities. Adam and Aaron were still down there, and we built a little garage, and we just started like grafting apples. Because a lot of these varieties are ones that you're not gonna like find around here. They're not good for fresh eating. They're good for fermenting. So we were just like grafting apples. We had a little nursery, and we were like planting them. And then we were going out and buying fruit. We'd like road trip to Michigan to like these antique apple orchards where these
Okay.
like fruit collectors would have 100 different varieties of apples, and we were taking like one bushel and making small little batches, fermenting them. What does this apple do? What does this apple do? It was really cool.
Yeah, that sounds so cool.
It's like a scavenger hunt.
Right.
You're trying to find out what works, and then you're messing around with what you can get, and then at the same time you're growing fruit. We just started there in that facility.
It's been you, Adam, and Aaron the whole time. Yes?
Yep,
Okay.
us three.
What's your guys' backstory? Because I think that's cool. Like you guys are friends.
Oh yeah,
And-
yeah. We've known each other Adam and Aaron know each other since kindergarten.
Okay.
I kind of came around maybe in middle school, but yeah, our backstory, just grew up in the area, loved the area. Just so awesome growing up around here in the lakes and the woods and running around the fields and stuff. And then graduated, all went our separate ways. Adam's like a brewer by trade, brewed at Town Hall, Indeed, Cold Spring.
Okay.
Went to like Munich and Chicago to the Siebel Institute to learn that. Worked in the industry. So he did all that. Aaron, his background is in aviation, so he was a pilot and
Wow.
working in
Oh, wow,
aviation.
yeah.
And then I was kind of entrepreneurial, interested in that.
Sure.
And then my background, I was agriculture. I went to school, got graduate degrees in agriculture, worked in the industry, worked for Department of Ag and University
Okay.
of Minnesota doing research.
Well, that's really cool because
Yeah.
that's like all of your guys' strong suits like came together, right?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
like make a business, right? And if one key player maybe didn't have that background, it
Yeah.
wouldn't have been as successful.
Yeah.
What did you just see at the tap room the other day? Something about Peter's grandpa and
Oh, Aaron said that the framed photo on the wall is, the story is that it's his great grandfather, maybe your great grandfather on like a tobacco farm or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and that's just like
what are the
2 miles
odds?
away up at Island Lake Road, and yeah, I don't know, it's just wild.
So crazy.
Like our original grandparents, they had farms next to each other,
Yeah.
like in the 1800s. So
that's
and they were
What are
growing
the odds?
tobacco.
Yeah, and
Right.
you guys are with
Which is-
apples.
Yeah,
Tobacco's to apples. It's,
we're all
Wild.
messing around with these weird plants.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like in your blood. It's meant to happen.
right?
Yeah.
That is so wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. What do you feel like, was the moment when, I know you said, okay, like you planned you're doing all this stuff, you're doing kind of the shitty work of
Yeah.
putting stuff in kegs and, then you were able to expand. What do you feel like was like the moment when you were like, people are getting this, people are understanding what we're doing and they want more of it?
Yeah, I think the big leap was coming over to St. Joe and having a place where people could experience it. Because where we were at before is a production facility. You can't really come out and see this. And we were doing these amazing things. Like, look at this beautiful nursery and this orchard. We
Yeah.
had planted an orchard on the same property that we had the production facility. And it was like, God, this is incredible. And it's so fun to taste all this. And so I feel like we were just like, we had more of a story to tell, and we just had no way to tell that.
Yeah.
We'd go around with our sedans, our Honda Civics with kegs in the back that you could get like, 10 kegs or something like that. Not even. And then we'd have a little box of apples, and we'd go into like a restaurant. We're terrible at like sales, so we just started cutting up fruit and like try to convince them.
Oh my gosh.
And we're like, we grew this, and no one. Everyone's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
So it was cool to like have a story like, oh, you can
That's
get
funny.
it, and then we planted the trees there, and you can like walk the orchards yourself now and
Yeah.
taste the fruit. And
Yeah.
So that was the moment, like, oh, there's a there.
That's
And we
cool.
should have done that much earlier.
Well,
Yeah.
best laid plans, right? I think one of the things that makes you guys really different, maybe in well, obviously I don't know the cider industry well because I'm blown away that there's only 12 of them in the state, but just in that kind of craft beverage, you guys use, the cider as the avenue, and then you've now expanded into all these other kind of areas of business, which is how we came to work with you, because every summer you do your summer music series. So let's talk about that. What is that? How did that begin? What year are we in?
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. Ultimately, we have to, like, our bread and butter is selling glasses of cider.
Right.
So we do have to bring everything back to that. And you can sell them different ways, right? You can put them in your car and drive them around and have someone else sell
Yeah.
them. Even a little bit better, maybe a little bit more lucrative is, bringing people out to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that simply by having a tasting room, a tap room. But what if we could bring a whole bunch of people all at once?
Yeah.
And so we were just spitballing. We were trying different things back in 2017. Different events. We did stuff for kids. We did like private parties, things like that. And we had a band. Our friends were in this band called Blimp, which still plays around there. And we've known them forever. And they played a show in May. We were not even open a year, and they played a show. And like 500 people came.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh,
This
cool.
might be something.
Yeah, it might be onto something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had just a little crappy stage that we made. Well, it's funny, I made a stage in preparation for having this band out. And then like a week before, the band came out, and they're like, the stage is too small. So they, like, I had to I had it all painted. I had a little.
You're like, come out, let me show you this great stage I made for
We're
you.
like, only half of us can fit on here. And so I doubled the size like the night before.
Sure.
And put a little bigger tent on there. And yeah, we did that. And we were just packed. I mean, we had cars at the neighbor's farm, and we were like busing people in. We were like just totally overwhelmed. Tickets were $5.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
So we left a lot of money on the table there. And then we were like, oh, if you could all buy one cider,
Yeah.
we are going to be rich.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard like multiple stories now from you of like the first time like trying something like that, and it's just like it goes really well, but it's
Yeah.
also at the same time is extremely overwhelming and like a big lesson learned there.
Oh
And I
my
just find
God.
that so hilarious. But also so cool that it started with Blimp. I didn't know that it started
Yeah.
with them,
Yeah.
because now it just feels like such a cool tradition for
I
them
know.
to come out every
I'm-
summer.
I'm reliving this with you now. I don't
Yeah.
even think about that.
And they sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, still Blimp is
Yeah.
like our
Immediately, it
biggest
feels like,
show.
yeah.
And that was like summer of 18, and now we just wrapped up summer of 25. We've basically been doing music ever since.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't just get, so Blimp is a Led Zeppelin cover band, and
Yeah.
they're pretty locally based,
Yeah,
right?
they're very-
But it's not just local bands or just cover bands. You're getting national acts
Yeah.
that come to the cidery. A lot of them, to me, feel like they kind of have like Midwest roots, which I
Yeah,
think is cool.
absolutely.
How do you go about like finding artists for your series?
Yeah, no, right now, I mean, we listen to a lot of music. We have the whole place packed with a big speaker system.
Yeah.
So we're in the cooler and in the bathrooms. We love music, and then we love our own, everyone has their own style. Like some people like more jammy, hippie stuff. I'm more like country and western,
Yeah.
folk. And so, yeah, I don't know. We just started kind of sending random emails. I like this person, and they played at this place.
Which is kind of similar to our
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
I'm going to just email them. And then what you basically do is email them, like, this is what we can pay. It's what we think we can do. We can give you some food
Yeah.
and a hotel room.
Yeah.
And no, we do pay. We respect
I
the
don't know
time,
if this is
definitely.
like breaking like the fourth wall, but I kind of was like, oh my gosh, this is like a big deal, because we worked with your team this year on the music series
Yeah,
and did
yeah.
all the marketing and stuff for it,
Yep.
and are continuing to do marketing for Milk and Honey on the social pages and whatnot. But
Yeah.
you know, we got all the folders of all the artists, and we're going in there and looking for pictures, and like then I'm like kind of snoopy. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like riders in here. And they're like, I
Yeah.
want this much beer and this, I want bananas, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, this is like a real thing. Like these
Yeah.
people, I don't know why I wasn't
I know, it's
thinking
so
like
funny.
people ask for those things and whatever. You know, I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not Beyonce, but I guess
Right.
everybody asks for what they want.
Yeah, we've had some crazy one. Like the first time we got in a pretty big act, like regional. Like was with Harmar Superstar, and that was probably like 19. And he had a national presence at that point, and the rider was so funny. It was like ice cream, like cannabis, a bottle of tequila, and then he wanted like a green room. You know, these are all things
Yeah.
that real
Venues
venues.
have,
And at
yeah.
that point, we didn't have even a stage or anything. So yeah, I remember we were like, we have to set up a green room. So I like brought in this like little mini fridge, and then I brought the couch out of my living room.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
And it was broke. Like they broke it.
Oh
no.
no.
I don't know what they were doing
Oh, no.
there.
Oh,
and then
gosh.
we brought in like a little lamp, and we like, you know, it's like, I don't know, did all the things. And yeah, it was awesome. And we were like, oh, we can do this.
can
This
do
is
that.
hard. It's
Yeah.
fine. And then you realize, oh my God, this is so
Yeah.
hard. I cannot.
Yeah,
do it.
it's a lot of work. You put
Yeah.
in a lot of time and effort to
Yeah.
get those acts there. But, you know, we got to go to quite a few shows this summer, and I had gone to a few before we started working together, and it is really cool. So if, you know,
Yeah.
you're listening and you've not been to a show out there, it's a cool thing to see.
Yeah.
And it's super family friendly, which I love. And you have
Yeah.
usually have food trucks
Yeah.
and, you know, obviously you're serving your cider.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys have been great on helping us like tell that. Again, you feel like you're doing something interesting. People need to see it.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
where you all came in. So with all the videos you showed exactly, oh yeah, I'd bring the dogs, bring the
Yeah.
kids, there's food.
Yeah.
It's family friendly. It's not super party-ish. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
and it's just awesome. I mean, like every show was so great. The production and the weather. And, yeah.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
great time.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great summer, and we're excited for the next one. Besides the music series, what are some other things that you're doing out at the orchard to, you know, expand the experience? Because I think you do a lot of other really cool events too.
Yeah, we're trying. And again, once we put together like a amphitheater and a pavilion, like event center, and that was been allowing us to do a lot of these things
Yeah.
on a larger scale.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're doing like trivia. That's really fun. And you think, oh, trivia, everyone does trivia, but this is outdoor trivia, and it's our neighbor started it like 7 years ago. He's just like, I love trivia. He was a Jeopardy champion.
Oh, wow.
So this Kay and Gary Bechtold, they just like do this amazing thing, and they built this following, and it's really good trivia.
Yeah.
And it usually we do 30 teams, first come, first serve.
You get a lot of people out there.
Yeah, it's usually like 300 people.
Yeah.
And they're
On
just,
these trivia nights?
Yeah. It's insane.
It's fun. Yeah.
And
we've
you're
seen
doing
it.
that like in the summer, it's like once a week?
Yeah, we do it once a week.
Oh my gosh,
It's
that's
a
crazy.
thing. Yeah. And yeah, we've since turned it over. We do themes, and then a lot of the people that have been with us forever, they're like now hosting the trivia, writing
Sure.
the questions, doing the emceeing. They do music. We have a really great little bakery that does the food, and it's so fun. Yeah, so we do trivia.
You're having some like comedians.
Yep, we've done. Oh yeah,
some
yeah,
comedy
we've done
shows.
Adrian Washington and Friends for 5 years now, and that's been so fun. Yeah, he's great. He's become a friend, and just like how he's done recently has been awesome.
Yeah.
And he's getting the accolades that he deserves. And he was bringing up all these great. He'd do like bring up his friends from the cities or locally, and they're just hilarious. You know,
Yeah.
we're doing shows maybe 100 people.
Yeah.
But so fun.
Yeah.
Such a good community thing.
Yeah, that's
Everyone's
great.
laughing
Yeah.
and teasing each other.
Right.
And the guests are.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. I saw him at the Elmdale bar at one point in time. This was before I had children. I kind of forgot I did that. And then what did you just do? The sauna thing? Like you're also
yeah.
offering up opportunities for other people in the community to like build up their business. And I always think that that's such a cool thing when I see entrepreneurs do that, you know, not just like staying in their own little siloed thing, and other people that of course help you, but you can help other
that's
smaller
true.
businesses grow. Like you partner with Shanti Yoga a lot and do a ton of yoga stuff out there. And I think that's just a really like unique opportunity that you guys have because you have the location and the following and, you know, you're helping build up other businesses.
Yeah, that's true. We do like partnering and it's win-win. You
Yeah.
know, they're going to bring their people. We have our people and then it's something new for our people and it's something new for their people.
Yeah.
And it just always works.
And you do weddings, kind
Yeah,
of?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yep. And
Just a couple a year, though, right? Like, you don't go crazy?
No, we've done, last year we did like maybe 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Again, it's that whole thing of your vision and then how other people see your business and what they want out of it. And can you like...
Make it happen.
Yeah. Is that
Happy
something that you were
marriage.
like, oh, we don't want to do that? Like when the first person approached you, like, hey, can we have a wedding here? Was it like, what?
Yeah.
Like-
No, absolutely. We did not.
I don't know.
We
You,
kinda
the three of you
decided-
don't really strike me as like, oh,
No.
we want to be a wedding venue.
And we had a different staff that handled it at that point, and then we were just like, hey, there's a lot of demand, just emails coming in. We want to do this, and then you see, oh man, yeah, it's pretty good. People are happy and willing to spend.
And again,
money.
another avenue to sell your product, right?
Yeah, and since then it's been fun. We've had the funnest like people come out. South Dakota ranchers. We had a family come in from Las Vegas and do one. We had
wow.
you just big Stearns County families do it.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of people who you know, traffic that they might not ever be there except
Right.
for this event. Yeah, and we can get a cider in their hands.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we want to do. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, so cool. I think one of the last things I want to touch on, and this is something that Isabella and I see with, you know, some of our other clients that are kind of in the same industry or adjacent industries is, you know, this craft beverage world is changing, right? People are searching for different things. Health and wellness is all, you know, this
Yep,
NA, you know,
absolutely.
how do you guys deal with that? How are you approaching that?
I know, it's crazy. We've kind of, I don't know, this is good or bad. This is just how it is. I'm sure we've missed opportunities for growth by maybe straying from cider or straying from our mission a little bit. And I definitely saw that. We were early, so 2011, when we started, we see brands or breweries, cideries that start after that just surpass us in terms of growth.
Sure.
But then you see that crazy correction occurring where you just see it maybe an oversaturation of that service. And then you see those beverage companies maybe have to get beyond their core mission. They're dabbling with seltzers or
Right.
they're having
Yeah.
to go into THC or something.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Again, you have to listen to your customers.
Right.
But if you're, I don't know, I think you could just overextend yourself. You built this big chocolate factory and now you're like beholden to it.
Right.
Right.
You know, and so I don't know. We go to CiderCon every year, which is the national thing.
Okay.
And there's people that have been in this way longer than we have.
Yeah.
And you basically, if you look at ethanol consumption per capita for over the last 30 years, it's like pretty flat. Even though the zeitgeist might show that people are moving away from
Sure.
alcohol, I think generally people are just shifting.
Okay.
They're ethanol from wine, ethanol from seltzer, ethanol from cider, beer, you know, whatever.
Sure.
I think especially the glass is why you're here and how you're in business, but especially when you're telling a bigger story. If you can tell us the cultural and historical significance of cider, that's going to be interesting always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be maybe even more interesting than a seltzer or a THC
Yeah,
drink.
right.
for sure. Well, I feel like we recently just saw that, right? Like we've had some really like great posts on your social pages lately that through your direction, like, hey, let's talk about this stuff more. And it's gone great. Like even just that video, like with Adam, and I swear I watched that like 5 times because it was
Yeah.
just like so interesting to hear him talk about the apple. And so I think that's a great insight. Like
Yeah.
if we can dive into that piece of it and talk about why cider matters. It's not just
Right.
something that you drink. There's like a story behind it. And
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it will always be relevant.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and
So-
even if it's like, I mean, we're shifting more into some of the health and wellness
Yeah.
stuff, but
Well,
it's not like
there's
cider's like, I'm
apples
going
in
to this
it, you
bar.
guys,
Exactly,
like-
an apple a day keeps the doctor away, duh. But it's not like, you know, when you're coming to the tap room or when you're looking at the bottle itself, it doesn't feel like it's like, okay, it's this drink that I'm going to pound and I'm going to get like effed up,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like it's more of, there's like a vibe to it. There's an experience to it. And so I think that even as maybe it goes more into the health and wellness stuff, it's still like people aren't going to stop drinking. Yeah, some people will, but people aren't going to stop. And it's going to be maybe more like experience based. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, well, I have 2 questions for you. We
Okay.
can wrap this baby up. What do you feel like is one lesson you've learned in growing your business?
Oh man, that's a great question. I'm trying to think of something,
Well,
where you can do like a little 30-second. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So deep.
Oh my God.
So deep.
I didn't know he was like that.
No, I don't know. I mean, I think find that balance between like staying true to your vision. This is what I'm doing, and just stay there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're gonna go play the triangle, just keep playing the triangle the best you can, and keep doing it, right? And people will follow your passion. They'll
Yeah.
come around, right? So don't switch instruments.
Yeah.
Just
So
play
he's
that.
the best triangle
And
player
then,
ever.
and then listen to your, balance that though with listening to your consumer, right?
Yeah.
Like your customers, like where are they spending money? Oh, they want weddings. Okay, all right, we'll do weddings,
Yeah.
but you're gonna drink our cider,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then what is, maybe one piece of advice that you've received from someone in your life? It can be, life advice or business related advice that's really made a difference.
Our mentor is like this crotchety old like New Hampshire orchard farmer guy, and he's very cynical and he's very salty, like New England salty. And so he's always like, can it survive like his criticism, our ideas? Some of our ideas that we run past him, he'll kind of put those in check. But I think underneath that, the reason he does that is there's just sort of like overwhelming optimism and like open-heartedness about him. And I think that sort of works, that earnestness works. And so I think balancing like that really critical piece with just blind optimism and
Yeah.
open-heartedness has been
Delusion.
a good mix. Delusion.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
you have to be a little delusional,
Delusion
right?
and hole
Yeah.
pokers, they go well together. Yeah.
Delusion what?
Like I'm a delusional person, but like I need a hole poker in my life. Like they poke holes into your
Oh,
ideas
yeah.
and things, And
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I see. Like, let me bring myself back down to earth here. But also, like the delusion is what gets people to start a business, right? You think,
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna be great, and it is
Yeah.
great over time, but
Absolutely.
it's a lot more work than you ever expected. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Peter. We really appreciate you sitting down with us and sharing more about your story. A lot of the things that you said really resonated with me. I love the thought of just sticking with what you do best. I think that's something that we like to do here at Moxie. Obviously, innovation is great, but sometimes you just got to stay in your lane, right?
Yeah.
And really see things through. I appreciate you being here.
No, appreciate you guys. I'm seriously, thank you for all your help the last year and to many more.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's been so fun. Wonderful. We will see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Behind the Brand. If you like this episode, share it with a friend. If you didn't, share it with an enemy and make sure to leave us a 5-star review. To stay connected, follow us. Links to our socials are in the show notes below.